Alright, time to talk to fucking Solus.
The Dalish prisoners escaped safely?
We got them away free and clear.
Good. Your time with the Veil Jumpers probably taught you some of my history with our people.
A bit. Dreadwolf.
Whatever my frustrations with them, it was a privilege to be able to help our people again. Thank you for allowing me to help. Chance to infuriate Elganon was a reminder of simpler times.
You and Elganon were really tearing into one another back there.
I needed to goad him to anger in order to distract him.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, while all of the Evanuris were monsters in their own ways, Elganon was the worst. Or perhaps it is more honest to say that his were the faults I found most objectionable. You have met him now, heard his voice hammering at the doors of your mind, and you have met me. Can you see how he and I might frustrate one another?
The two of you are too much alike. Both of you want to be in charge.
I have no desire to be in charge.
No. You just want to be able to correct anyone who's not doing everything the way you'd have done it.
I see you have been observing me as well during these conversations.
All right. I can see how you and Elganon would hate each other.
He has always been what I most feared becoming. Callous and uncaring, his arrogance unchecked. To have that much power and no one to remind him that he could be wrong.
Well, he had you.
And I suppose I had you.
You said you found the Dalish frustrating. Why is that?
It is unfair to them. I lived for thousands of years, and after I imprisoned the Evanuris, I slept for thousands more. I awoke in a world that had forgotten the ancient times almost entirely. And those who tried to remember elven history, like the Dalish, had gotten so much wrong.
I suspect them calling Elganon and Gillenane and all the rest gods didn't go over well with you.
Indeed. To see that the history the Dalish worked so hard to preserve was the propaganda of tyrants was vexing. I tried to explain the truth to one clan. When I convinced them that I was truly Fen'Harel, they attacked me. After that, I hid my explanations behind the facade of having witnessed events in the Fade.
And every mage knows that what we see in the Fade might not be literally true.
Yes. The Dalish had no reason to believe me. I could only watch as they continued to worship Elganon, though we may have seen the last of that tradition, at least.
Last time I got his attention, he got angry enough to come after us with the blighted dragons. Hopefully this baits him into a mistake we can use against him.
Every act of resistance is a thorn in his side. He will break soon. When we first met, I saw you only as a foolishly confident child who disrupted my plans. You were an irritant. I gave you information to oppose Elganon out of necessity, but I expected you to be nothing more than a tool. Seeing you with your team, I was wrong.
Is it, like, I haven't really done much. Is it easy for me to just completely fuck up my relationship with him? Just, yep.
Yeah, you were.
A mistake I shall endeavor not to repeat. Your team trusts you, and you listen to them. It is impressive.
There hasn't really been a situation
It took me centuries to build such a bond during my
where we're
rebellion.
going back and forth
And when I
with my
served the
team.
Inquisition, I try to avoid entanglements.
there has been very little conflict between me and my team. There hasn't really been conversations. There has been, but there hasn't been like, what should we do? I want to do this. No, we're not doing that. We're gonna do this instead. It's like, no, I think that's stupid. There's hardly any conflict. There's no discussion really. Like, yeah, people go over the facts and the situation a little bit, but there's very little actual meaningful discussion between the companions and myself. In Origins, at the very beginning, you have Morgan and Alistar arguing with each other because Morgan's like, the easy thing would just be to kill Logain. And then Alistar's like, obviously we can't just do that. We have these Grey Warden treaties. We can go to these people and appeal to them for help. It's like, that works. It's just gonna be ridiculously hard. So Morgan is like, her ideas are like very simple. Just, this guy's the problem. Get rid of him, and then now we can do whatever we need to do. Obviously, though, in the world of Origins, they couldn't just do that. There's plenty of obstacles in their way. Like, the entire propaganda that Logain pushed forward about the Grey Wardens. Can't really do anything as a Grey Warden, especially in, like, Denerim. And then Alistar, he's kind of just relying on something without any backup plan. It's like, we have these treaties, but then that's kind of it. If the treaties fall through, then he can't, then kind of fucked. Both have their reasons. Both arguments, plans, serve some sort of purpose. And they could work. It's just neither of them are like 100% going to. But then in like Veilguard, there's hardly ever plan A, plan B type scenarios. Like in Weishaupt, it's just, let's show up and kill the thing. There wasn't anything else. There was no plan. And of course, that could be like a character flaw or a plot flaw. But it doesn't feel like a flaw. It feels more like a mistake in the writing. It's like the story isn't doing well enough to acknowledge that some of these things are done poorly. So it doesn't make me feel like they think that it's done poorly. It took me centuries to build such a bond during my rebellion, and when I served the Inquisition, I tried to avoid entanglements.
So what do we do next?
Elganan and Gillenane are preparing the dagger they will use for their ritual to pierce the veil. Elganan's power is tied to light and darkness. He will need to perform a ritual during the next eclipse.
That gives us some time to prepare.
It is likely to be your last chance to do so. You must be ready for whatever comes.
Are we reaching the end game
already?
already?
Trusts you. I know that you will do everything in your power not to fail them.
I'm already nearly like 70 hours in, but it doesn't feel like I'm reaching the end point.
So now Elganan's recovered his own archdemon, and the gods only need an eclipse to complete their dagger.
We saved the Dalish, though. That's important.
But now Elgernon's immortal, so long as his archdemon lives.
And we all know how hard those things are to kill.
We killed Razikale, didn't we?
After losing hundreds of wardens. And it took a centuries-old trap to do it. We don't have either of those. Not anymore.
Just when you think the tide's in your favor, it turns right back.
So going back to that spoiler that may or may not be true, when Varric spoke, no one looked at him. So I just hope it sucks that I saw that spoiler if it's true. Even if it's not true, me being in my head about it, it's hard to enjoy the story when I already kind of have an idea of where it's going.
The odds on this were never good, but we've already beaten them once. We have a job to finish, and 2 gods to kill. We don't get to wallow and whine because no one else is taking this fight.
Nice speech, Rook. But it's hard to complete a contract if you don't know where the target is.
Varric's also talking way
We found
more
the gods before.
than he used to.
Not without help, we didn't.
So we get help again.
Actually,
got
I don't
allies
think Varric
everywhere
has
now.
ever spoken during these. He only speaks like after. the Venatori. I want to hear what everyone has to say.
I can think of a few options, but I'm open to suggestions.
Wardens have run dry. Nothing new is moving in the deep roads.
And the Veil Jumpers couldn't find any trace of Elgranon or his archdemon.
The crows may have something. The Antam are moving large quantities of supplies out of the city. Weapons, armor, gadlock, and food. About half are remaining provisions. Enough to feed the Antam navy.
Given the timing, it seems unlikely to be a coincidence.
Wherever those supplies are headed, that's likely where we'll find the gods. Any more details from the crows, Lucanus?
They said the Antam have long work ahead. We have time. Also, Biago would like a meeting. At your earliest convenience. From him, that means important, but not yet urgent.
Did Viago tell you how much time we have?
Days to weeks. Nothing more precise.
Well, that's our best lead so far. Track those supplies, and we should find the gods.
Not to complicate things, but the Inquisitor also wants to meet Rook.
Right. With everything he's been doing in the south, we owe him an update.
I'll let him know.
Keep your weapons ready. We don't know when the gods will show themselves again. Be prepared for anything. Next time the gods appear, let's make sure it's the last.
Yeah, okay. Wait. Oh no, this is a book club meeting. Damn it, I thought this was gonna be the meeting that we just had. Like I noticed Varric's name wasn't there, but then Davern also isn't there, so... What's this? Rook, we've continued to study changes in the Blight. Our latest findings are very interesting and disturbing. We can't let this spread continue. Catch you up the next time you're in the wetlands. Anything else? People want to talk? Everyone wants to talk. What's this? Is it because I changed the decor? I don't like how dark it is in this hall.
Hey, Rook. Maybe see what's up with Davron? He seems to have his hands full.
Hey, I got word from my mother. She wants to talk.
Have you talked with her since...
Nope, not since I told her I was non-binary. But her note said she wanted to talk about that tablet we found, the old Kunari one. Of course that's what she wants to talk about. We can go whenever you're good.
I'll let you know.
I kinda wish they'd use a different word from non-binary. I don't know. Like, I don't know the etymology of non-binary. It just feels out of place in a fantasy setting.
Emric, did you know Spite thought you were still in the ossuary?
That private sphere of conception was inviolate.
So no?
Could Spite have described your dream prison until you faced it together?
You're kidding. I barely understood. Is this why we stopped sleepwalking? Spite understands space now?
Slowly, but it will come.
So, in a sense, I guess Spite was like mentally in the prison and just couldn't recognize space as what it was. Like, couldn't recognize that this was like the lighthouse and not the ossuary. I'm not entirely sure they're getting out there.
Oh, that's not good. Not even a little bit. Rook, we have to go. We might already be too late.
Slow down. What's happening?
The artifact. Remember how I told you that I'd know if they started another ritual? They did, and it's big. Really, really big. Arlathan big, maybe.
You're sure?
Completely. Nothing else explains that resonance.
Like I said before, Balara, we stop Cyrian. However we have to.
The resonance just happened. We might still be able to stop them.
Might isn't good enough.
If we catch them early enough, before they've had a chance to align the crystals.
And if they've had the chance?
These rituals need an anchor, with a physical body, so not a spirit or whatever Anaris is, which means Cyrian. And there's only one way to free an anchor.
Then let's not waste any time.
For the sake of matching the energy of that urgency, I think I'll do that one first.
Rook, I've compiled the last reports from an informant. You remember our talk with Rana? She had a lead on Alia's location. A place called Sanctum Lucican.
A lost Tevinter temple, right? Does this mean you found it?
I'm pretty damn sure.
Of course you found it. And you were worried.
A bit early for the past tense.
So where is this place?
The Mimratha's Catacombs, an underground temple to the god of night. It was sealed off and forgotten under a derelict building outside the Thread Market. I've had an eye on the catacombs. Alias haunted them before, but they span the city, endless twists, hidden passages. It's too much to sweep alone. Thanks to Rana's information, I was able to drop the right hints, ask the right questions. Now we've got a sanctum.
Are you ready?
Not much of a choice. Docktown's on edge. People are missing. The Threads are putting up a fight against Alia's followers, but they can't last forever. Alia's a powerful blood mage now. If I let her finish the ritual, no more chances.
So what's our next move?
Meet at the Swan, put the last pieces in place after that. We'll see.
That seems like it'd be our last quest.
Rook, Evka and Antoine sent word. A warden's arrived at Lavendale with news. He might have a lead on Isaiah.
Then we've got to get to Lavendale.
Agreed. Thanks.
Profane. I'm assuming this probably isn't connected. Wasn't there some boss in like Dragon Age 2 called like Profane something? I don't know. It's been a while. Harding. Ooh. Ooh. Very different. Feel like it'd be very humid in here.
Hey, what's shaping?
No one says, "What's shaping" anymore?
Oh, I thought it was a dwarf thing.
That's racist.
Yeah, if you lived in Orzammar 20 years ago.
Wow, just trying to be nice, and what do I get? Sass.
Oh my god, I just won't look this shit up.
Well, I appreciate it. And I'm doing okay. I think I just need some time to think and sort things out.
Do you want to talk about it? I'm here.
I know, and I'm really grateful. I still remember every moment of it. Suffocating under the weight of the Titan's pain. I couldn't see a way past it. And all I wanted was for the rest of the world to suffer too. And then you were there. And that's when I knew we'd be okay. That I'd be okay.
you needed a little push, but this battle was yours. You fought, and you won.
You helped me remember who I was. Not some titan, but just Lace Harding. And you believed in me. Enough to risk everything. I'll never forget that, so don't you forget it either.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, I think about Solus sometimes. He's been trapped by his mistakes for eons. When you're blinded by sorrow and pain, you need someone to help you past it.
But he's too proud for that. He believes he's alone, even when he doesn't have to be.
He'll never ask for help, but that doesn't mean we can't offer it anyway. But do you think he can be helped?
The Inquisitor and Solus were friends. I know he wants his friend back. He's reached out. All Solus has to do is take the offered hand, the simplest thing, and yet no one's beyond help, Rook. No one. I have to believe it. Or none of this matters.
Okay. I'm just gonna stare at each other. I'm curious how different that would play out if I didn't romancer. I'm assuming it doesn't really change. It just feels a little bit... Intimate's not the right word. Returning to the stone. They say we return to the stone after death. In Orzammar, only those laid to rest with the proper rites get to return to the stone. The privilege of a good burial is reserved for the upper castes. No luck for the casteless or surfacers. Rejected by the stone, they say. But I'm a surfacer. The stone, whatever it is, hasn't rejected me. But if we do return to the stone, every single one of us, why can't I sense the others that have passed? Okay, that wasn't a quest, right? So...
Oh, hey, Rook.
Balara must stop Anaris when his ritual endangers all of Arlathan Forest, even if it means going against her own brother, Cyrian.
Do you feel that? It's like something's tugging at my whole body.
Ritual's already started.
Did Davrin just
We
disappear?
don't have much time.
We stop them. Here and now. We can't let them hurt anyone else.
I know. I guess deep down, I thought maybe he'd listened. But he didn't. Let's go stop my brother.
Okay, he was just a little bit far back.
Just imagine. Tens of thousands of elves used to walk these streets.
Would have been a sight to see.
The seat of the Elvenon Empire. Until it was all destroyed by Tevinter Magisters and their blood magic.
Have we been in Arlathan Forest? I don't remember it being talked about much in the past games, so I think I always just assumed Arlathan didn't exist anymore, like it was an ancient city that was just long lost or whatever. maybe like an Atlantis.
So what is that feeling?
The tearing apart one?
That'd be it.
It's you being, well, torn apart. Just really slowly.
Ah, right.
June's mirror. Belara, Erlyn and I pored over all the collected evidence, and we can quite confidently say that the symbol carved into the Delirium fragment is that of June's, though a very early version of it. It makes sense for the Evanurus known as the Crafter to have created the first Illuvian, and what you found does seem to indicate that he used the Singularium crystal, split perfectly in two, each piece resonating with its counterpart to link the mirrors. Your ambition is admirable, but I don't think we should attempt to build an Illuvian from scratch at this very moment. This fragment you found feels different from the Delirium we know. Something to do with its age, perhaps. Or perhaps it was enchanted by June in some way. Hard to say. We will discuss this further on your return.
Okay, I was expecting a bridge here.
That never stopped us before.
Do you see those lyrium reserves by that opening? There should be matching anchors on our side. Let's try linking them.
Let's give it a try. Wow. It's amazing any of the city's still standing.
Oh, I'd say a lot of it's floating.
Yeah, weird.
I don't think I've done Emmerich Neb yet, and I don't know if I care enough to do that, but maybe I will. I haven't really used Emmerich at all.
These ruins aren't really ruins. They're still intact.
Wild magic is like wild weather. It can flatten the building next door and leave you completely untouched. That's what makes it dangerous. It's unpredictable. Okay? The feeling's strongest here.
Maybe it's being caused by that crystal over there.
I think you're right. Let's check it out. Okay. The feeling's strongest here. That hum means this thing is amplifying the magic, sending the ritual over a wider area. Destroying this will buy us time. Or it should.
Right. We need more time to find the ritual.
And Cyrian.
He didn't give us much of a choice.
No, he didn't, did he?
We need to get moving.
Right, okay. Be ready. This is gonna attract some attention. Here comes the first wave!
You're expecting a second?
When hasn't there been a second wave?
Well, yeah. Okay.
Heading up the lane!
Way to get it done.
Righto.
Be ready. Better be ready. Gotta
I don't see a way out of this room.
So we're trapped?
Well, temporarily. Let's disable this crystal and see what happens next.
Why is this like Christmas music? What the hell's happening?
Oh, the feeling's almost gone.
Does that mean we stop the ritual?
No, it's still going, but we slowed it down and bought ourselves a little time.
Then let's use that time well.
I'm assuming that's where I leave. What's over here? Mystery substance. I remember something about this. After Hell returned today with the rest of the expedition, most of their spoils were their usual... what? Okay. Oh, what is that word? Most of their spoils were the usual gauze and filth, but one item caught my attention. A substance collected in one of his specimen vials, had the consistency of blood, yet glowed yellow with an inner light. I find myself drawn to it. There is power there, I have no doubt. Power that Atrael is far too witless to see. But the power is a sort with which I have no familiarity. It is cold, for one. Ice forms on the vial's sides, even in the warmth of the afternoon sun. Yet there is more to it than a simple chill. I cast several spells on the substance to ascertain its nature. Once I removed it from Atrael's possession, an easy task with one as dull as he. But the magic simply vanished as if consumed, and brought near any active magical ward. Unless said ward had been cast with tremendous power, it sputtered and disappeared. A magic that devours all others would be a powerful weapon. If I could channel and master that energy, no longer would I need to hide. I could strike back against the Evanuris, bring low those arrogant fools, and claim what is rightfully mine.
Damn. Demons.
You expected something else?
Let's deal with them.
Okay, exactly who I was looking at.
For sure.
Trouble ahead.
Uh-oh.
They were weak. Next one's probably won't be. It'll get worse as we get closer to the ritual.
How do you know?
I don't. Plan for the worst, hope for the best.
Way to go, Rook!
What the hell are you?
I understand the
Huh?
demon army.
What?
What's Sonaris really planning?
What
I don't
the
know.
hell was that?
He seemed pretty focused on his current form. He can't do much without a physical body, so best guess, he's going for one of those. After that, not sure. But I don't think it'll be anything good.
Is it just me, or is that tingling sensation starting to get a lot stronger?
Yeah, I don't like this.
The magic's starting to change our own resonance, align it to the rituals.
And that means...
That we better hurry. I wonder if
Nope.
there's something on the other wall we could aim the
Yeah,
beam
shut
at.
up. I get it.
The wall opposite
I'm just
the
looking
door,
for
I
loot.
mean.
So, like, back when the city was at its prime, did they just have a bunch of freaking lasers pointed everywhere? This is so dumb.
I don't like this place. It's creepy.
How so?
Arlathan usually feels like, well, like it's sleeping. But this place feels dead. Like someone wanted it wiped clean.
The deep roads feel that way sometimes.
So, are the Deep Roads just gonna have no story significance outside of Harding?
Oh, okay, it's not just about linking two anchors. You need to link the right two anchors.
Okay, got it.
Oh, so I guess green is correct?
Right. That did it. Come on. They should be right ahead.
Okay. So I just went over this puzzle a few times just to see how it worked, and it's really stupid. So what Bellaris says is that there are right anchors, which implies that there are multiple combinations, but only one combination is correct, which is wrong because these two anchors, or whatever they're called, you can point them at whichever one you want, and it works. The only ones that matter is this one and that one, or I guess everything that's on the left side. This one has to hit that one. This one has to hit the one above, and then the one at top has to hit the one at the bottom. That's the only combination that matters because that anchor is the only one that can hit the one nearest it, and this is the only anchor that can hit the one on top. But just from that one hint of what Bellaris said, fucked me up so bad that I just assumed that there would be some indication of which were the correct anchors. Like this green beam thing, which I'm assuming is just a visual bug. Because it keeps fucking switching. It was that one, and then it was on the top right, and now it's that one. So I thought that meant like, oh, this is correct, or this is wrong. But no, it's just a fucking bug. Oh my god, this fucking puzzle, dude. If Bellara didn't give me that hint, and if this green beam weren't so like prevalent, I would have just gotten the puzzle right away, because I would have just lined them up immediately. But then she told me that there are right anchors, and this fucking beam is just in my head, just fucking gaslighting me. Whatever. I hate this puzzle. This is so dumb. Oh, didn't realize there was a hole. It's dark as hell.
They're right through here. Cyrian and Inaris. Time to stop them, no matter what. Okay. Let's do this.
I'm gonna one-shot your brother.
Well, well, the little lost lambs. Are you here to join your brother at my side?
Bellara, I told you to stay away.
I can't, Cyrian. Not when it comes to you.
Why couldn't you listen to me?
Would you have stayed away if you were her?
You made this happen, Cyrian. All of it.
Damn it, Bellara.
Come now. They cannot hold my moment of triumph. Soon they shall witness my beneficence, as well as my wrath. Now, I shall make your people pure. Now I shall become flesh. Finish the ritual, Cyrian. Let me deliver you to salvation. Wait. Something's wrong. This is not...
Oh, okay.
Wasn't sure that was gonna work.
Cyrian? Is that... What happened?
Ivor Siobhan. It's me.
What the fuck happened? I don't understand. What did you
What
do?
exactly just happened?
A flaw. A little one. Enough
I
to
don't trust
disrupt
you.
his ritual, that is. With any luck, it sent him right back to the middle of the Fade.
Okay.
I think Rook means... Why'd you do it?
I followed your heart.
Just like that?
Like I said, it's a good heart.
The fuck? Okay.
And I didn't want to disappoint you. Not again.
Is that the
get it.
what the fuck? Is that
we should
it?
get going. The energy concentration.
No, obviously he
here
comes back, but like is okay.
Betrayed again. How tragic.
He just changed his mind just like that?
How I've missed the smell. The taste of this world. Once I dispose of you and finish my ritual, I will have succor in the storm.
You took away my brother.
Suck on my
I'm
storm.
gonna make you wish you were still a spirit.
Then come, puling wastrels, and face me!
Okay. Fight me. Right now. Where are you? You better not hit me while I'm in the loading screen.
Submit, fools!
What is that?
Bow your
Look at it.
Rook,
Stop
we
hitting
need to
the
break the
fucking-
crystals.
Yeah,
or
I
else we
get it.
can't hurt it.
Let me hit the
Working
crystal
on it.
then.
You will kneel. Your brother was a fool.
You don't know anything about my brother.
He was weak, and he suffered for that weakness. I should have come to you instead. You would have made an excellent servant.
Okay.
I would never help you.
Stop it. Stop. Can I make... No, it doesn't look like I can.
Cease your struggle. Your lives belong to me.
Not gonna happen.
You are impure. You deny your glorious heritage. You dare raise your hand to me? Rain incoming! What? Impossible! Take him down.
I don't even know where he is.
We can do this.
I have no mana.
Rain incoming!
Oh my god, I can't use my thing because... Oh my god, these range attacks.
No! I will not go back! You will not send me! I must escape! It's I!
Cyrian,
He changes his mind and he dies.
Is it over? Did we win?
If this guy dies, I
beat
sort of
him.
go.
Send him back to the Fate. Now hush. We need to get you out of here.
No.
I'm dying. This is so
I had
dumb.
my second chance. I don't get a third.
I can't lose you again.
We, like,
Cyrian.
talk to him.
Please.
I
Sorry
can't.
for Shiva. For everything. Rook. Thank you
Did I
for helping Balara. For helping me.
did I ever tell you that my
I wish
nickname
it
is
hadn't
Rook?
ended like this.
I made these choices. No one else. Balara. One last favor to ask.
This is such an underwhelming quest.
Can you stay with me? Until it's light.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay. This quest is not hitting at all. Like, what the fuck? We talked to this guy once in the forest. It's like, hey, we gotta change your, you need to change your mind. And he's like, no. And then we show up, and he's like, what are you doing here? And then he changes his mind. And then he gets thrown at the fucking wall and dies. Like, what? What was that quest? That was so bad. Anaris is defeated and banished from the world once again. Cyrian subverted the ritual in an attempt to help Balara, only for Anaris to throw him at a fucking wall. Jesus fucking Christ. What was that? That was so dumb. Like, okay, so we have this heartwarming, like, moment between Balara and Rook where she's talking about losing her brother. And then we find her brother, and it's like, oh wait, you're actually alive. But he's working with some freaking elf demon guy.
Laura, I'm sorry about Cyrian.
It's hard. At least I got to talk to him at the end. The real him.
That's something. But I'm sure it still hurts. If anything happened to Hassan.
Cherish him while you can.
That's the truth.
Just in case Hassan decides to serve some elf god guy. Just in case. Okay. So, we have that moment between Rook and Balara, and talks about losing Cyrian. And then we find Cyrian, and he's working with fucking Inaris. And then we go ahead and talk to him. And then we're like, hey, you need to change your mind. Stop it now. And he's like, no. And then we find him again, full intent to kill him. And then just like, I changed my mind. Disrupts the ritual. And then dies. Like, what the fuck was that quest? There was no conflict. It was like, hey, change your mind. No. Actually, I'll change my mind. And then he fucking dies. Like, what the... What the... Dude, what the hell was that quest? The entire quest is giving me an aneurysm. Go back to the fucking lighthouse.
At that Kunari burial site I examined, I presume it was for storing specific organs after death?
No, the Asolitar doesn't hold anything. It stays empty. Like the body is empty now that the spirit is gone.
Ah, it seems you know something about ancient Kunari customs after all.
What? No, that's... Everybody knows that.
Hi, Balara. I know I just laughed about your brother dying, but...
Hi.
What are you reading?
I have no buts.
Cyrian's last words? Veil Jumpers had them. He must have known it was the end. One way or another.
Right.
That's a lot of last words. That's a big
don't know
book.
what to say here.
Me neither. I don't know if anyone does. He and I, we had plans. Together. Find the archive. The Nodasterthalin. Get back what made us who we were. What was stolen from us. But now... Cyrian's gone. Because of what that thing knew. What it told him. And maybe it should be gone too.
Forget about our people for a minute. What do you want to do?
I don't know. I wish I did. Our people shaped the world. We don't even know a quarter of what they could do, or did. With the archive, we could be that again.
So you think we should keep it?
But what about the bad side? The other things we did? We stole the dwarves'
You
dreams.
keep saying
put
we.
their
That had
gods to
nothing to...
sleep.
Dude, what?
And much, much worse.
Good point.
We didn't do
There's
shit.
no easy
That was...
answer.
That was
Everything
freaking...
they could be again.
Elganon
Our
and...
people's future.
And
On
Gillinan.
my shoulders.
And Solus. That had nothing to fucking do with us. Or the last generation. Or the generation before that. Or the generation before that. Or the generation before that. That had nothing to fucking do with, like, any elves. I don't know, man. I'm just not getting... I'm not empathizing or sympathizing with her perspective.
Everyone trusts you, Balara. Strife, Eolin, the team.
I don't know if I trust myself. Not for something like this. This big a decision. I don't want to make the wrong choice.
Sometimes the only wrong choice is not choosing at all.
Then tell me, Rook.
Oh, fuck off.
What would you do?
What we were is important. It's worth the risk. The elves deserve to know more about who they were. Keep the archive.
I think you're right. We'll keep the archive. That connection to our past. It's what Cyrian and I were looking for.
Now you found it.
Right. And I found him too. For a little while.
Yeah, for like a couple seconds, and
has
he
to
got
be
chucked at a
enough.
wall.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah. I think so. I think I'm ready to say goodbye. For real.
That wasn't
this
even
time.
did he
But I need some time. Alone. I'll talk to you later, Rook.
like he got picked up by the fucking leg and then thrown like a doll. Balara chose to keep the archive and use its ancient knowledge to improve the lives of her people. Tuning to the advanced magic of the Elven Empire, Balara's healing draws in energy, draining the strength of those nearby. I did not like that quest in the slightest. I don't like this armor. Please tell me it's not gonna stay low res. Why is it like, it looks so dumb? What is this? I know it's supposed to be like ancient elven armor, but like, I don't like how slim it is. I don't like it. I don't know. Maybe there's just something that I'm missing. That felt really stupid. It's not just that quest. It's just like the quest leading up to it. Like, how do you expect me to care about the connection between her and her brother when the first time we see him, he's a traitor? And then the second time we see him, he's still a traitor who's ignoring, like, our pleas. And then the third time we see him, he's a traitor up until he decides, you know what, I'm not a traitor. And then he dies anyways. What? That was all the that was all the build up? It wasn't great build up, but like, what the hell? And those fucking people that he brought with him, they're just dead. They're dead in demons. Or not even demons anymore, they're just banished. I don't fucking know what happens to dead demons. They're just gone. And no mention of them? No mention of their like next of kin, their family? They just fucking die. I don't even think like Strife, like, did we tell Strife? I don't fucking know. What the fuck? That quest was bad. That quest line was bad. That was, what the hell? The only thing that I enjoyed about it was like Balara's, the VA's performance. It was good. Like, I like Balara's VA alongside Davrin. Okay. I'm gonna get into a bit of a tangent. I like all the voice performances. I don't like go visit them and just talk about them. So, Tash, I'm okay with Tash. I think Tash has a very boring voice, so I don't care that much. Emmerich is fine. I get what they're going for. It's just Emmerich to me doesn't have any personality that I care for. Balara, I like Balara's voice. I feel like the VA is able to bring some nuance to her like inflections, where when she's a bit more peppy, a bit more happy. You can definitely tell the difference between that and her more subdued, sorrowful, introspective mindset. Nev is the same. Not the same as Balara, just her performance is always the same. There's only a few times where you could feel some difference. Like when you're skipping rocks with her. Davrin, I feel the like anger and frustration when in some of his performances.
Just in here. Sneaky little cat.
Kind of reminds me of Alistair, although he doesn't have the same snark as him. Lucanus, I find him really boring. He's too much of like the suave archetype, but I don't find them particularly like attractive, whether in like voice or like physically. Like I just don't really care. And Harding. Harding is good, and I think this is more of direction. Like with the tone. They start to make her act like a Disney character, and it doesn't help when it's coupled with like some whimsical music alongside some awkward situations. Like her performances are good, they're not poor at all. This isn't like a matter of skill. I think it's just a matter of direction, where her scenes are never really dark. Even like in her final quest, I didn't really feel that much dread. In the moment when you first meet the Oracle, and then she's getting frustrated that the Oracle didn't explain anything. Like, her anger immediately subsides. But in that brief moment, the actor does a pretty good job at conveying it. It's just that I feel like they didn't get enough. They didn't have enough room to really flex. It just leaves me very disappointed. So far with all these quests, I'm just so disappointed by them. Especially with like Davrin's last quest. We weren't doing anything. It was just us chilling, and I don't even know if that's a part of like the companion quest or if it's just like, I can't remember. We didn't do anything like that with Nev, Tash. Like, those moments always had purpose to them. All I can remember from Davrin's was that we just got high. And that was over in like... that entire sequence was like 2 minutes. Okay, enough rambling. I think I'll just continue on with everything else.